Guys, I am too late to record this, but I just received a draconic visage from a black dragon. You can read the chat. News: a friend received a draconic visage drop. What the hell? From a black dragon. I think that's the very first visage that I received from a black dragon like ever. And I don't think I've ever received it from a metal dragon either. It's mostly just from QBDs and a King Black Dragon. I know I had a few from that, and the Celestial Dragons. It seems that they did like 4 changes to Blister Road weapons in this update alone. I guess these weapons really need some balancing, don't they? Right, so the first change is that now it requires 10 logs to make a weapon and an additional Dragonstone. That applies to a staff and a polearm. If you're making stakes, you will require still 1 log, but an additional diamond per 10 stakes made. Now, that doesn't really affect me because I knew they will make something like this. I knew they will make it harder to obtain those weapons. So what I did before this is I made a lot of weapons. I have 100 Blisterwood staff, 67 polearms, and I think I have additional ones in other tabs. Now, I don't think this change was mentioned in the update post, but they nerfed the damage that you deal to wires. So the XP rates went from 550,000 to 350,000 in just defense or attack or strength, whatever you're training. Now, I don't remember the last time I was one-hitting them. Before this update, it's just all the time you just one-hit them. If you saw my last video, or last Blisterwood video I should say, I was just one-hitting them all the time. Now, the next thing that I want to try out, because this was also not mentioned because they did so many changes, is do you still lose... Ooh, you lose Blisterwood weapons if you die. Wait, did he get something? Wait, did he get a Blisterwood... Oh, you get a Dragonstone. Okay, so you get a Dragonstone... So I have 200 Dragonstones or so in my bank, if you combine it with other tabs as well. Man, free money from Jagex. So when I started playing DarkScape, Blisterwood weapons were tier 70. They were very powerful and I managed to use them for a few days before they nerfed it to tier 30 damage. Even though they still stayed at tier 70, but in the reality tier 30, very low damage. Well, since this update they have buffed them from tier 30 to tier 60. So these weapons are quite viable in other situations, like it's pretty much like using an obby mall now, except it's cheaper. So if you complete a quest, you still have a decent reward now. So just want to test it out just to see the damage. Oh, 344. So definitely has been increased in damage. Okay, so if you die with a Blisterwood weapon, you lose a Dragonstone if you lose the weapon. What happens if you lose these stakes? Because they require 1 diamond to make. 10 diamond bolt tips. Oh, that's what they did. It's so thoughtful. And this is my very first piece of today, but I do have one. I need the white piece. Still quite happy as I did maybe 22 kills without a piece. So it's about time. Oh, wanna see something? Look, if I try to pass through this. Now, if you didn't know, QBD lair is actually in Wildy, so you have to go through Wildy to get there. It's not in Falador. But if I click on escape and click on surface, I'm gonna... And I'm in Falador. Yeah, that happened when I ran out of charges in my Drakan's medallion, and that was the only way out. Okay, so back to Slayer now because I wanted to get my magic a little bit and I get a Steel Dragon task, so that's like perfect. You know, I want to get to 94 for that Ice Barrage, maybe even try it in PvP. But also I want to get to higher Slayer level, maybe 95 for Ganodermic Beast, because they dropped the Polypore Staff and it's, you know, tier 75 as far as I remember. And I don't know what's the mechanics when you die with it, because you shouldn't be losing anything, it's just a staff. You know, it's, of course you have to charge it, but I don't know how it's gonna work out, because pretty much it's OP because it allows 1 iteming. So I don't know if they're gonna do anything with it, but at the moment it should be going for quite a lot of money. Now, the problem with these Steel Dragons is that Auto Retaliate does not work when you have Auto Retaliate on the Fire Breath. It just doesn't work. I know it does work in RuneScape 3, but because DarkScape client is a few months old, they just never had the update. Oh my god, so many charms from this task as well. That's gonna be almost 100 bunny pouches. That's something that I really needed. I just couldn't find where to get green charms. And I need to find a place to teleport out. As you can see, it's the same... Oh man, is that guy? Oh no. Shit. Okay, honestly, I have no food. Oh man. Now I have to get rid of my skull because I cannot leave the area. If I do, the guards will kill me and I don't want to lose the staff. Now I'm in a super bad position because I have no food and I cannot teleport out and I have to wait for 5 minutes. You know what? I don't even want to go in the cave because if I do, I cannot go back. Okay, so the risk zone is high threat. If I try to teleport to Kuradal, it says I cannot teleport between the risks. But this is also a high threat area. And I still cannot do it. Like, this is the Kuradal. This is where you're supposed to teleport in. So I know that you probably expected something more in this video, like more action or me talking about something. But honestly, I wanted to just take a break for 2 days. I mean, I was still playing RuneScape all day, but just take a break from commentating. Because everything that I did in my past DarkScape videos was live commentating. Or most of the time. So I had to be... alert all the time. Like if something happens, I have to commentate. But now I just pretty much turned off all I did was record the video and that's it. And I know there's going to be a question about the last piece of Royal Crossbow, and no, I did not get it because I tried to kill QBD for maybe 25 kills that day and I stopped because it felt like I don't want to make like 3 QBD videos in a row, you know. 1 is fine, 2 is fine, but when you start putting in a row, you know, that gets kind of repetitive, so I stopped it because it's, well, you know, it's random. It could take like 100 kills. Basically what I'm doing right now is just slaying. I would love to get to 95 slayer for those ganodermic beasts, and I think it's gonna be a lot of money. And I got from 84 to 87 almost today, so it shouldn't take too long, maybe 5 days or so. We're gonna see. I want to do also some PKing because I am 94 magic, so maybe tomorrow some PKing with Ice Barrage, killing some smugglers because I cannot do anything else. You know, I cannot 1v1 anyone. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Bye!